ever since I kind of gave the announcement that we were going to go in person and start petitioning alder people rather, and just kind of connect with different niches of life. As a personal blog owner, so I document my journey there, as well as the production company side of things. I want to understand in a way, content aside, what is going on in our world as we evolve from positions of local power and authority on up the chain. So that's what we're going to do. And we've been trying for 5 days, but we have not given up. Obstacles are only obstacles. I definitely need a day without being abused and, severe psychological. Like, there's been so many intentional obstacles in our way. Just really terrible ones, Xavier is supposed to be my partner in handling these situations and in life. And it's like, sometimes these people just involve themselves, in ways that doesn't respect our relationship in any way. And then they still want us to be respectful of them. You can't go around making people behave in ways that they wouldn't normally act in, caused and brought on by the way you abuse them, and expect them to have respect for you. I don't respect any of you at all. Not even a little. I can see into the eyes of the people that you bring around me that you're hurting them. And these are regular people. These are not terrorists, I have the same routine every morning. I reach out to my children. Sometimes my father, he's not really a morning type of person. I mostly speak with him in the afternoons. But I email or message the children or both every single day, either through Orlando or directly through the iCloud info that I have on file. Well, why would someone, after the message is read delivered, change them to say undelivered? To upset me, to cause me anxiety, to make me cry? Like, what's the point of that? I do that for a reason. I want my children to wake up every morning and feel loved, even if I'm not there. I want them to know that I think of them every single morning. Why would you stand in the middle of that? Why would you want to prevent that feeling for anyone's children? You know that one small occurrence of creating the feeling of disconnection from my family and my children is not the problem. The problem is a buildup of all of those curated types of situations, like the one I just posted about, that have been ongoing for 4+ years. There has been intentional effort being spent to cause me to feel isolated, alone, separate from my children and my family. And that in itself is domestic terrorism. Those restrictions on phone calls, those intentional causal feelings of being alone and unloved, especially with a person you suspect is already battling depression. I also found that my blog posts have been rewritten. So Xavier said something to me yesterday that I get so annoyed, because Xavier and I have been together for 18 months. He knows exactly why I do the things I do and don't do the things I don't do. He's like, well, why don't you just start typing your book? He knows why I don't. I typed my almost entire book. Someone inverted every single paragraph, took out sentences, deleted entire paragraphs, not like one paragraph. I'm talking 11 to 20 paragraphs 4 times throughout the one chapter I had written. So while I'm typing, they're editing remotely through my computer, the computer that was stolen from outside his father's house last year. So I can't do it. And they do the same thing with my blog. They take things out, they rewrite it. And these are things important things oh, someone raped me that day, or oh, someone dosed me that day. Who that isn't nefarious would go take something like that out of the writing? They clearly have something to hide. To Dylan as X in a lot of my posts. And then they invite someone called Xavier into my life 3 full years later and start have him telling people that to call him X. Xavier is, I didn't know any Xavier when I wrote those blog posts. When I added X to my branding, I did not know Xavier. I didn't even know an Xavier existed. As I said, I didn't want to get beaten up by speaking about the abuse that was taking place. And so I replaced the abuser with the letter X. That's gone from the blog post. And the time machine function is very easy to use if you're a hacker. I'm not. I need a hacker on my team. All you have to do is type in the date, which I have. It's 2019 that the blog was opened. Look at all the original published date originals, which is always there, whether it's available to the public or not. If you know how to code or you know how to hack, it's not even really hacking. You can get it. And you can. You guys, when you are on location in a place, don't throw trash outside. Take the trash directly to the trash can or keep it somewhere hidden. Because as soon as you become someone's target for a smear campaign, they can walk by, photograph that trash outside, and come up with any sort of nefarious narrative. You're nasty, you're a pig, you don't clean up after yourself, people shouldn't. This is cutthroat sometimes. Be on top of yourself. PR.
Checkthehill.com. You gotta start looking at some news. I don't trust Washington Post. None of that. There's no one more full of shit than Jeff Bezos.
For my hands, for my toes. I also have this one.
All electric pinks.
This one.
Sad.
And this one. Cherry red.
Electric orange.
And a clear coat. And this one. And then my squishies.
All Barbie pinks. Warhol pinks.
Oh, do they
Squishies,
for
yeah.
all my photo shoots? Cuticle trimmers.